Mastering Feedback, the Silent Revolution in Leadership. In the corridors of Netflix's headquarters, a quiet revolution was taking place. It wasn't heralded by a groundbreaking product launch or a strategic market acquisition. It was something far more subtle and yet far more powerful, a transformation in how feedback was delivered. Reed Hastings, Netflix's CEO, tore down the traditional walls of corporate hierarchy, insisting that every voice mattered, from junior developers to seasoned executives. This radical embrace of feedback didn't just change the company, it redefined an industry. What if such a transformation were possible in your organization? The psychology behind feedback, from threat to catalyst. Feedback is the cornerstone of growth, yet it is often met with resistance. Why? Because the human brain is hardwired to perceive criticism as a threat, triggering a fight or flight response. This instinctive reaction can sabotage even the most well-intentioned feedback, turning a simple conversation into a battleground of defensiveness. Understanding this primal fear allows leaders to approach feedback not as an ordeal, but as an art, one that demands both delicacy and precision. Leaders who master this art can turn even the harshest truths into catalysts for personal and collective growth. Using I statements to foster constructive dialogue. When navigating this minefield, I statements become a crucial tool for steering the conversation away from blame and toward constructive dialogue. They don't just soften the impact, they create a safe space where growth is possible. Consider these examples. I noticed the project report was submitted past the deadline. I worry that delays could affect our team's overall performance. How can we address this together? I feel that during our meetings, some valuable ideas might not be getting the space they deserve. I'd like to explore how we can ensure everyone's perspectives are heard. I've observed that the recent client feedback highlighted some gaps in our approach. I'm concerned this could impact our reputation. How can I support you in finding a solution? Each statement shifts the focus from accusation to collaboration, setting the stage for problem solving rather than conflict. The sandwich method. Proceed with caution. The sandwich method of feedback, buffering criticism between layers of praise, has been a mainstay of leadership training. However, this technique can be a double-edged sword. While it aims to soften the blow, it often ends up diluting the message, or worse, comes off as disingenuous. Over time, employees may start to anticipate criticism as soon as they hear praise, creating a climate of mistrust. Instead of using the sandwich as a crutch, be direct and empathetic. Frame your feedback within the context of growth and mutual goals. Authenticity is your most potent tool. It builds trust, even when the message is tough. Providing resources for improvement. Investing in growth. Feedback should be more than a list of critiques. It should come with a roadmap for improvement. Offering tailored resources communicates that you're not just identifying problems, you're investing in solutions. Consider these recommendations. Books and articles. Share industry-specific reads that provide actionable insights. For example, if you're discussing leadership development, suggest titles like Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek to inspire new ways of thinking. Workshops and courses. Encourage participation in targeted training sessions, such as those offered by LinkedIn, Learning, or Coursera, which can help bridge specific skill gaps. Mentorship opportunities pair the individual with a seasoned mentor within the company who can offer personalized guidance and real-world advice. Collaborative projects suggest involvement in cross-functional initiatives to foster new perspectives and enhance skills in a practical setting. By providing concrete resources, you're not just pointing out where they need to grow, you're actively partnering in their journey toward that growth. Integrating frequent feedback sessions. A practical approach. Regular feedback is the cornerstone of a culture that thrives on learning and adaptation. To make feedback a natural part of the organizational fabric, structure it into frequent intentional interactions. Weekly check-ins. Introduce brief, informal check-ins where team members can share progress and challenges. This proactive approach helps keep issues manageable and prevents surprises during formal evaluations. For example, during a weekly check-in, ask, what is one thing that went well this week? And what is one area you'd like support with? This invites self-reflection and encourages open dialogue. Monthly one-on-ones. Use these meetings to delve into specific goals, provide targeted feedback, and discuss strategies for improvement. Revisit past discussions to assess progress and explore new avenues of support. A question like, last month, we discussed improving your project management skills. How have the strategies worked so far? Makes the conversation forward-looking and action-oriented. Quarterly reviews. Hold comprehensive reviews that focus not just on achievements, but also on personal development. Use these sessions to set new goals and identify the resources needed to achieve them, turning feedback into a roadmap for success. By weaving feedback into regular interactions, you shift it from being a sporadic event to a natural, continuous part of work life. Leading by example. The courage of vulnerability. Leaders set the tone for how feedback is perceived and embraced within an organization. To cultivate an environment of openness, leaders must first model the behavior they wish to see. This means being transparent about their own areas for improvement and showing a willingness to receive feedback with humility. Imagine this scenario. During a team meeting, a CEO stands up and says, I realize I might have been too quick to make decisions in our last project. I want to hear from you. How can I be more inclusive in our planning process moving forward? This simple act of vulnerability can send a ripple of empowerment through the team. It shifts the perception of feedback from criticism to collaboration. Case in point, Microsoft's cultural rebirth. Consider Microsoft under Satya Nadella's leadership. In a bold shift from a know-it-all to a learn-it-all culture, Nadella introduced frequent feedback sessions that emphasized openness and vulnerability. The impact was profound. Employee engagement scores soared, innovation thrived, and the company's market capitalization nearly tripled. Microsoft's story is a powerful testament to the idea that embedding feedback into the organizational DNA can lead to seismic success. As Brené Brown eloquently states, vulnerability is not winning or losing. It's having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. In the realm of feedback, this courage is what separates transformative leaders from mere managers. The ultimate challenge. Now, as you prepare for your next meeting, pause and reflect. Every conversation holds the power to reshape your company's future. Will you choose the safe path of silence, or will you dare to wield feedback as a tool for transformation? The stories we tell in our boardrooms today will define our legacies tomorrow. So, how will you rewrite yours? Creating a culture of constructive feedback. Building a feedback-rich environment requires more than just processes. It demands authenticity, empathy, and an unwavering commitment to development at every level. As a leader, your words can either cultivate a culture of growth or sow the seeds of apprehension. Embrace feedback not as a tool for critique, but as a bridge to collective success. Challenge for leaders. How will you use these strategies to transform your feedback culture? Have you witnessed a shift in your organization's dynamic when feedback practices evolved? Share your experiences in the comments. Let's spark a conversation about the true power of authentic, effective feedback.
All right, listen up. If you got even an ounce of value from this video, don't keep it to yourself. Think of someone, a friend, a colleague, maybe even that stubborn person you know who really needs a wake-up call. Here's the deal. Hit that share button right now. Don't wait. Do it while it's fresh in your mind. You'll not only be doing them a favor, but you'll also be stepping up as the person who actually makes a difference. So go on, share it now, and let's start changing some lives.